we're the Ragamuffins. We're here at Burn It Down Festival with Shields. First of all, how are you guys doing?
We're good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah,
all
great.
good?
Yeah.
To start off with being here at Burn It Down Festival, we think this is a great example of showing how strong the UK scene is right now in particular. Do you want to take a little bit of time to talk about the UK scene and how important it is to have a festival like Burn It Down really help that flourish?
I reckon you could talk about this pretty well. I was
going to
say
Larry's
probably...
I work in event management for like Takedown Festival and stuff like that as well.
Right.
So it's like, I think the UK scene is recovering and it's in recovery and it's really doing well as well, because people are starting to get a lot more faith about coming into venues, going into enclosed spaces, hot rooms, as we're going to discover today.
Yep.
And also, I think like bands are just getting hyped up again for it. Like a lot of bands broke up during all this time and all that sort of thing. And it's like, I think festivals like Burn It Down Festival, what's really cool. Like, I mean, we've been here quite early today and watching a lot of bands as well. And it's really, really nice to see like bands that I've like. No offense to any band, if I haven't heard of them, I want to see them.
Yeah.
And it's like festivals are so great for that, but on a smaller level it gives bands who might not get on your Reading festival, your Download festival, a chance to get out there and get their name out.
To play with bands who have done those festivals.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Yeah.
And you mentioned Takedown as well. We were there earlier this year and it was our first time after all the years where it's been away. I think that was another great example of just the scene burgeoning and getting strong with it all. So
because that was a comeback for Takedown as well,
and a strong comeback it was.
Like, thank you.
Really, really strong. It was fun. Yeah, we absolutely loved it. Fantastic.
Shouts out to Sarah and Kai as well.
Yeah.
So, is there anyone that you're particularly excited to see today as well, coming up as
Being as an Ocean.
Yes.
That was quick.
I love Being as an Ocean, especially the first 3 albums, and I've always wanted Shields to play with them or go on tour with them or something. It just never happened, and then we broke up. So the fact that our first show back as a band and we're basically like on a festival supporting them on the same stage is pretty it's like a nice full circle moment for me anyway, personally.
You guys?
Being as an Ocean was such a huge inspiration for Shields, for the stuff we've written and for the stuff we continue to write. I think they just marry such a amazing blend of emotion with like energy and heavy all in one, and I think it's something that we've definitely aspired to in the way we want to deliver our songs. It's so good, so it's amazing just to be playing with them today.
Excellent.
Definitely excited for bands like Everything Unfolds and Dream State as well.
Definitely.
They're friends of ours, and I'm absolutely stoked to be playing alongside them.
Get down and see as many as you can.
Absolutely,
brilliant.
Mates Fest.
So I know it's been like a little while, but do you have like any like pre-stage rituals that you sort of do before you take to the stage at an event like this or anything?
I mean,
You're laughing.
You're laughing. There's something there.
No, it's just because I'm 35 and I need to stretch. Make sure I don't die on stage.
But I mean,
I don't know, just like shit tons of water, like a bunch of liters of water in the day. Just staying healthy and hydrated and don't doing stupid stuff to your voice.
Especially for us.
Just not going to your voice.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of coming up to a year since announcing on social media that back in the room together, and kind of what was the process like of getting to that point, kind of coming together, and first of all that first maybe jam session.
I mean, we don't really get in the room and jam. How it usually works is like an idea comes and it's Sam usually starts writing something, and then either he or I will think of some vocals for it. And with this new track, Bury Me, it all really came quite intuitively. Everything just locked into place really easy. There was no like forced process like, oh, we need to do this or this has to happen. It was one of those songs that just kind of fall out of you creatively. Especially for me, when I started on the vocals, I just heard like the rhythm of how they all should feel and like what they should be doing at the times they did it. And like I said, it just kind of locked into place. But we didn't how do I say? We didn't announce like a comeback a year ago. We just kind of posted this picture.
Yeah, just you in the
room
room
all
together.
here at Burn It Down. Right here at Burn It Down.
Isn't it?
We were all just here playing in different bands. Myself was playing with Sam's solo project Kubrick. Larry was here with our old drummer Alex with the band that they joined, our Hollow Our Home. And we posted a picture of ourselves with Ollie Duncanson, who is for fun, who is basically like a fifth member of Shields. He was a touring photographer for so many years.
He'll be running around today taking pictures.
You'll see him, yeah. And Matt from Burn It Down reached out to us and was like, "Do you guys want to come back and just do a one-off?" And we pretty much just decided that we'd release some music with this comeback. We didn't know what it was going to be, if it was going to be a one-off show, but from there we felt really good about doing Shields again, and it just blossomed into more of a longer-term project.
A full-scale return, basically.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think part of it was that we didn't really know how much love there was out there at all. We didn't want to gauge. We almost didn't want to gauge it. And that's what the response to that photo gave us a little bit more of a like, go on, you'll be all right, like.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, none of us really had a sense of like who was going to give a fuck and who wasn't.
Yeah.
But that wasn't why we did it. That's the thing. It wasn't like this big planned thing. Like Joe said, like we posted a picture. Matt, who runs Better Down, was like, "Do you want to play?" And we just sort of said, "Yeah." And ever since then, it's just kind of evolved naturally, and we've just spoken more. And that turned out into us wanting to make a song. So we made a song, and then once we announced that we were going to release this song, we were just being asked by a lot of people more on Instagram, like, "Oh, you guys like back?" Or just the one-off. And then we were getting more show offers, and like we've just confirmed a tour in October, and it's just kind of has happened that we are just
was naturally.
It just happened very naturally,
and very organically,
and we're back, and we're going to basically be releasing new music and playing shows, and we'll see what happens. Like the rest of this year is pretty much sorted now, but in terms of 2024 and beyond, like that's a conversation we've got to have, really, isn't it? Like we'll be playing more shows, we'll release new music. In what shape and form yet is yet to be decided.
Okay.
But it's all coming.
I think whatever happens with Shields, like what's different now than what it was before was we were really trying hard to make this our jobs, and we just attached all this pressure to the band, and now it's all just because we just love doing it, and we love hanging out with each other, and we love making music with each other. It's just for like this great big, it's a big love fest.
Fun first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
and that's important to do. With this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we're doing it for better reasons than I think we were before. Not the reason we did it before were bad, but they feel better.
It just mattered too fucking much before.
Yeah,
Do you know
was
what
so
I mean?
much pressure.
We put so much pressure on ourselves, and we said yes to every single fucking tour and show, regardless of whether it made sense or not. And arguably, you could say that was good because we were on the road so much. We did build a fan base, but we did drive ourselves into the ground at times. There was a tour, I can't remember which one it was, where we realised mid-tour we were like $5,000 in debt.
Wow.
Because we were just saying yes to stuff and we weren't thinking about it. Because we were young and dumb and fucking early 20s, which is basically 12 in band years.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we're doing things quite a bit differently now, where like we have had a lot more show offers sent to us than we've accepted. Just
Right.
because we don't want to say yes to everything just for the sake of doing shows. If we're going to do a show, we want there to be a purpose, whether it's because we've got a song coming out or because we're touring areas we haven't toured in a while, or if it's supporting a big band so we're reaching new fans, and then and all that kind of thing. Whereas before we would literally just be like, "Oh, do you want to play like 5-day tour in Scotland, a headliner?" We just go, "Yeah, all right." For no reason.
Okay.
So less of that now, basically. Yeah.
So with the sort of first show back in 5 years, literally in a little while, what's the sort of feeling in the Shields camp right now? Is it like nervous, excited, a mixture of both? What's the sort of feeling?
It's the vibe.
I think we're actually feeling pretty good. Yeah, I think we're quietly confident. We've got
very calm. Yeah.
we've got a new drummer in the lineup as well, Marcus, who is an absolute monster drummer. He also drums as a session player for Throne as well. So
brilliant!
He's a road dog. He can do it, and we've all worked hard to make it as special as we can for Burn It Down, but just for ourselves as well. So
Fantastic.
You talked about Bury Me as well. Like, it's been days at this point since it's come out. Personally, I absolutely love it. What was the process like of writing that as the first song back, and the feelings towards it all?
So honestly, after we confirmed Burn It Down, I just felt like I wanted to write Shields again. I had not written any riffs or anything for Shields in years, and I just started demoing stuff, and I started dropping things to these guys like, "What do you think?" And me and Joe just started working on it together. I kind of put together this instrumental, gave it to Joe. Joe threw all of his vocal ideas and lyrics all over it, and then we came together and sort of ironed out a few bits, ironed out the instrumental, figured out what I was doing, what Joe was doing, and as Joe said, it happened very easily because there was no like. All the only goal with this song was I just wanted to write the most like Shield song possible. You know, that just kind of it has like, because Bury Me's it's got like a very big straight up like post-hardcore chorus, but it's also got like a fucking ridiculous heavy breakdowns and stuff and like genty riffs, and it's also got like some cool lo-fi synth vibes. It kind of captures everything in that one song that we've like. Every style that we've hit before is in that song, and I just kind of want to I personally just wanted to come back with a fucking heater, do you know what I mean, to kind of drum up some excitement for this show as well that we were playing. It just seemed like it would have been a wasted opportunity to not at least drop a song or something, because at that and also at that point it wasn't like and we're still not entirely sure. We weren't. This single wasn't necessarily going to be like on an album or an EP. It was like, let's just put something out. Let's put something fresh and new out and just see what happens. And in terms of like, I guess, like our writing process now in the future, we just have to sort of. I know that's a conversation to have, isn't it? Like, we're not exactly sure what we're going to do next, but we are going to definitely write and release new music. I don't think any of us can really speak to what form that's going to take yet, I guess.
Personally, I'm very much looking forward to hearing that chorus. I think it's going to really soar in
We're
there
opening
today.
with it, so
I
you'll
kind
be
of have
there.
that expectation already from it.
We're opening with Bury Me, so you have to come check it out.
I will be there. Trust me, I will be there.
Sick.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. You mentioned about Big as an Ocean being kind of influential earlier on a little bit, and kind of the opportunity to play with them here.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a talk amongst ourselves a little bit of, at least in the UK metalcore scene, of who the big four would be. The big four bands. So like you have the big four in thrash of like a Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth. So UK for metalcore. From metalcore
It has to be
specifically.
UK bands.
Yeah. I'm kind of intrigued to hear
Can I
from
just
your
ask,
perspective.
when you say like biggest, are we talking about like numbers? Most ticket
Influential, what
sales?
they've done.
Or what we just, or our favourite
personal,
bands?
it could come from personal a little bit. Or
I think we should do
but the most
personal.
influential for overall in British metalcore.
Well, how about we do a band each? Yeah. Let's do a band each.
We love
Go
to
on,
put
Larry.
people on the spot.
So in terms of like bands that we think are like important.
It could be important. So a lot of people say you could come up with like a Bring Me the Horizon or an Architects. You could look back at older British 2000s metalcore like a Bullet.
Yeah, I got one to start off with. Yeah.
Go.
Okay. I fucking love Loathe. I think Loathe are just fucking wicked as a band.
Yes.
Amazing songwriters, and we've known them for quite a long time. But besides the fact that we've known them, insanely good band. Yeah, really carrying
Something
it.
very
Doing
special
some-
about the live performance that they do as well, I think.
Yeah, I've not seen them live in a long time, so I can't attest to that. But I've seen their live videos from like Outbreak, and
Yep.
holy fuck, man.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, holy fuck is the word I can't think of.
We were there and it was very special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a band that are doing good things.
You look like you're stewing here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an important question, isn't it? I think, and I'm going to go with Heart of a Coward. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think like, you know, they went through a massive change of a frontman change, and yeah, a couple other guys have changed and all that. But like, I saw them at I've seen them live quite recently, and they just blow your head off. And I think they've been very consistent and have really done a lot for, because the thing is that a band like that, there will be a lot of smaller bands who get to support them and things like that. And I know they've just announced a UK tour recently. There's a lot of local bands who are jumping on those lineups as openers and things like that. And I would say that alone is a reason to big up a metalcore band. They're getting people through the door, bums on seats, you know, moshing out, and they're putting smaller UK bands in the limelight for half an hour, 40 minutes, and I love that.
That growth you can get from it.
Yeah, they're not one of those bands that's that unapproachable.
Yeah.
They're friendly, they're really good at what they do, and they're consistent.
They were great yesterday again.
Shout
as well.
out Dan.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I have one. And it's for different reasons. I think I feel like you can't not mention Static Dress,
Yeah.
because Static Dress have done something really fucking interesting, I think, which is they're basically doing their take on like the kind of like screamo, emo, metalcore thing of like early Devil Wears Prada, The Used, Greeley Estates. Those are the kind of bands that come to my mind, and they have such a good image, and they're so consistent with their content, and the way they release their music is so smart and engaging, and they're a really cool band as well. Just on top of all that, like, I think objectively they're a cool band. And you know who else then Static Dress are being like thrown on tour multiple times with Bring the Horizon.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And they're making like they've made the kind of like more emo side of like metalcore, and that kind of like that sort of like nostalgic screamo-y thing, like really fun and entertaining and cool again. And you know, you could shit on them and say like fucking, oh, they just sound like every other band that they're influenced by before, but I vehemently believe like you don't have to be the most original band, you just have to be the best at it. And I don't see any of the other bands really doing it like Static Dress are in that sense. So yeah, I'd have to say Static Dress.
Important.
Fantastic. On that same vein of putting you guys on the spot, sorry, we've been asking sort of everyone like if they have maybe like a pivotal artist or album that you feel maybe is the biggest influence for Shields. Maybe I know it's a bit tough, maybe because it might differ a little bit.
I feel like me and Sam's might be the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will and forever be Structures.
Yep. It's the same.
Okay.
Favorite metal
I knew you were
band.
gonna
They're
say
my
that.
favorite. They are my favorite metal band. And even like everyone does. Like I go in and out of phases of listening to bands, and I go in and out of phases of listening to Structures. But fuck me, man. That band, I honestly think, okay, you know what? That's the fourth band. I'm just.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, they're Canadian, dude.
They're part
Okay.
of the fucking like coronation or whatever it is. Right?
Had some kind of
There you
stage.
go.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Structures for sure. Like
They're Asterix.
a lot of people like say to me like, oh man, I love your like stage presence and like your spins and your kicks. None of that's mine. It's all Structures, all of it. The whole reason we're called Shields is because I wanted a name like Structures.
That's it.
Close enough.
There we go.
Pretty much that's where it came in my brain when I was like 15 or whatever I was. So I would, for me personally, I would definitely say Structures is up there, probably divided by their first album, although I love everything they released. What about you, man?
I mean, there's going to be Structures also.
Oh, there we go.
That's what I mean. It would be the same thing.
The synergy here is fantastic.
Yeah.
We've known each other 20 years.
It's there.
We're moving in together. We might get a pet. Who knows?
Dog or cat?
Only thing that separates us from a romantic couple is we don't fuck.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
it, basically.
We cuddle.
Yeah, there you are. There you are.
Sometimes Joe just comes up to you like, I need a hug. There you go.
Yourself?
Thanks.
Babes.
I think they've said it all on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. We're very excited to see your set. And yeah,
Thank you, brother.
amazing.
Dude, thank you so much for
Cheers.
having us. Appreciate you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.